This is one of the 160,000 ash saplings being planted at 10 sites across the eastern region. You can see behind me we're in at Birmingham in Norfolk, where 20,000 ash saplings will be planted here by the end of the week. 15 varieties in all gathered from around the country. Now take a look at this map. This is the national picture of Ash Dieback across the country. Now that's more than 400. Now if we zoom in on our region, you can see that the vast majority are within the eastern region, and that is why the trial is taking place here, to plant these trees, these saplings, within the eye of the storm, if you like. Well, let's have a chat with Steve Scott from the Forestry Commission. What is the aim of the trial?
Well, across the continent we know that perhaps 1 to 2% of the ash shows some sort of natural resistance. So we're trying to find whether we can find that resistance in our own native ash.
This is long-term stuff, isn't it? You're not going to find this within the next two years, are you?
No, that's right. It'll take 5 years for this trial to see to the end, and then we need to raise progeny from those trees that are showing some resistance. It might be 15 years before we have trees to sell.
And 6 months since we last stood near some ash trees, Steve, are you more optimistic? Is the picture better than it was then?
I think we've got a good control plan in place. We're looking at a number of elements, and this is one, looking at resistance, but we're looking at other elements to try and make our woodlands more resilient for the future.
And you're handing out grants to help people grow ash trees, certain people who've opted into the Forestry Commission grant scheme?
Well, those customers of ours who have planted ash in the last 5-7 years, we've now got a grant to be able to plant different trees in place of the ash, oak, hornbeam, field maple, that sort of thing, in place of the ash, because we think those will die.
To replace the ash, and so keep that biodiversity within woodlands going?
Keep the resilience of that woodland for timber, for biodiversity, for the landscape for the future.